Ripple is about to do the bravest thing in the history of cryptocurrency, a huge change that could permanently change the way digital banking works. It is said that the leaders of Ripple have decided to burn 50 billion XRP, which will cut the total supply in half. This isn't a fake news story or a business stunt. It's a planned move meant to make things clear, change the story in the market, and usher in a new age of scarcity and prestige for XRP. If this is true, the price of XRP could go through the roof overnight, reaching $10,000 or even more. What this means is, well, shocking. The effects, pardon the pun, will be felt all over the world's banking system. Before we can understand how big this event is, let's talk about what a token burn is and why it's so important. When a coin is burned, it is sent to a wallet address that can't be reached. Those coins will never be found again. In all real ways, they are destroyed. Token burns can't be fixed. They're the end. They are proofs of shortage that are created on the blockchain. This is not the same as a business getting extra stock that can be sent out again later. If you burn XRP, it's gone for good. Gone. This really is a game-changing approach for any asset, but it's especially great for XRP, which has been the target of constant negative press about how it supplies its value. Ripple's Trust Wallet, which holds 50 billion XRP, has been seen as a price threat for a long time by people who don't like the company. Others said they had too much power and that they could dump it at any time. Those worries would go away with this burn in one dramatic move. In an instant, it would change XRP's tokenomics from one that causes inflation to one that causes devaluation. It gets even more interesting now. We have what looks like a private memo from someone in Ripple's strategy department that got out, even though we can't confirm every detail. The memo has been shared with reliable sources and includes operational language, technical discussion, and legal references that make it seem more likely to be true. Operation Phoenix Strategic Liquidity Compression for Global Integration is what the paper is said to be called. In answer to regulatory gridlock and market saturation, it lays out a step-by-step plan to burn through all of the company's escrowed holdings. The paper says the simple goal is to turn XRP from an undervalued payment token into a truly global digital reserve asset that is backed not by speculation, but by real-world scarcity and huge institutional demand. The memo suggests that Ripple thinks the burn would get rid of the biggest psychological barrier to global acceptance, which is the idea that there are too many XRPs in circulation for it to work. Ripple would send a message to the whole banking system by getting rid of 50 billion coins. There isn't a lot of XRP left, so you'll need to move quickly to get attention before the next wave of usage. What will happen next? Let's see where the money goes. If Ripple does this burn, the quantity that is moving around will drop by a lot. Even though not all 50 billion XRP are in circulation at the moment, how people think the supply will change in the future is a big part of how prices move. Take a look at Bitcoin. One of the most interesting things about its story is its 21 million cap. Now picture if XRP, which has real-world institutional uses and is faster and cheaper than Bitcoin, all of a sudden had a supply pattern like Bitcoin. Hedge funds and central banks would rush to get their pieces before prices go through the roof. Let's talk about math. Right now, there are 100 billion XRP, so burning 50 billion would leave only 50 billion left. If XRP was worth $10,000, the market value would be about $500 trillion. Is that really possible? It sounds crazy at first, but let's see how it fits in with real-life ideals. The worth of the world's real estate market is in the hundreds of trillions of dollars, or more than $4 quadrillion. Gold itself is worth about $13 trillion altogether. Bitcoin's market value has been close to $1 trillion, but it hasn't been used for anything other than keeping. XRP, on the other hand, is useful because it moves money and can be used by central banks, and money transfer services. A high value is not only possible for XRP, it's required for it to become the default bridge asset for the world's liquidity. It gets better, though. The leak says that Ripple doesn't just want to change prices, they also want to push regulators to the edge. The memo says that the burn is planned to happen before or right after the final ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case based on how clear the law is. Making sense is easy. People will pay attention to this kind of bold move. The US government will no longer be able to ignore XRP. They will have to label it, control it, and add it to the system. The world will go even faster. Japan, the unit, Arab Emirates, and Switzerland already use XRP as money. They'll be happy to have the burn happen. Let's picture the world after the burn. How does it look? Right after that, there will be a supply shock. Exchanges may stop payments for a short time. In short runs, prices could go through the roof. But after everything calms down, a new floor will be put down. You can't buy or sell XRP for cents or low dollars anymore. It will be worth many thousands of dollars because it will be hard to get and more important than ever. When institutions used to make fun of XRP, they will now be behind the times. FOMO won't be caused by shopping. It will be a school. The XRP troops, especially the early adopters, will be proven right. People who bought at 20 cents, $1, $2, or even $5 will now have portfolios worth millions or even tens of millions of dollars based on how sure they were of their investment. Take a look. If someone has 1,000 XRP right now, that could become $10 million after the burn. People who have 10,000 XRP will get $100 million. These aren't dreams. These are the natural results that come about when supply patterns meet use in the real world and institutional validation. What about the risks, though? That is, of course, nothing is certain. The crypto market is very unstable. The government may fight back. Ripple could change its mind, or you could wait. That's why the most important thing for you is to stay educated. You need to be ready in case this burn happens, which could happen in 72 hours. That means keeping your money safe in a wallet you can trust, making sure your security is strong, and staying away from scams and fake news. There will be people pretending to be you, scam links, and fake claim sites. Do not believe any of it. This might be the end of the XRP story as we know it. How a controversial token became a valuable digital object used all over the world. Ripple is no longer waiting. It's been cases being taken off of lists and media hit pieces for them. They are about to play their ace now. A 50 billion XRP burn would be news all over the world. All FUD would fall apart. It would also send XRP through the roof. Now, what do? First, take a moment to share this information. The people who use XRP need to get ready. 2, keep an eye on what's happening on the blockchain with the trust wallets. You'll need to move quickly if those coins start going to known burn addresses. 3rd, you need to decide if you believe in XRP's long-term goals. If you do, the price won't be so low for much longer. Things are going to become scarce very quickly. This burn, if it happens, will be one of the most important events in crypto history, no matter how much you love XRP. Not only is it a price event, but it's also a story change, a supply shock, and a masterstroke. And it could be the thing that sends XRP to $10,000 or even higher. Be smart, stay aware, and most of all, be ready. Nota bene. Do not forget that I am not a professional financial advisor. The information in these movies is only meant to be entertaining. Before making any financial decisions, I always tell my viewers to do their own study and talk to professionals. Thanks for listening. Do not forget to hit the follow button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure you turn on alerts so you know right away when I post something new. In the next movie, I can't wait to catch up with you. Be careful.